All right. Welcome back, everyone. We made it to episode 3. It's been a long time coming. Just for the two of us, though. Everyone out there listening, this is kind of all you know of the show. I am one of your hosts, Nathaniel Garofalo, and I'm going to hand it off to the other co-host to introduce himself.
The voluptuous, the daring, the astounding Dom Esclovon. I got to think of some more adjectives to describe myself if I'm going to keep doing this every episode.
I don't know why you feel the need. I'm just sort of getting it over with.
Because I'm
telling
doing it because I need to hype myself up. I'm my own hype man. You know, I can't count on you to give me praise, Nathaniel. I learned that very early on in our friendship. Yeah. So if I want to feel good about myself, I got to tell me I'm doing great. Because my best friend, he'll smile from afar, but he won't say it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm just telling you what my love language is. I'm letting you know, putting that out there.
All right. Well, I'll take that into consideration.
Please do if you want this friendship
for future
to continue.
Episodes.
Dude, we've been buddies for like 10 years now.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, actually. I think it was 2010, I think.
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah.
Shit.
And it's taken 10 years for these first podcasts to come out. This idea didn't exist back then, but
this isn't and like we said, this is not our first one.
Right.
So this is not the first,
Nah.
We've had others.
Yeah.
They've been out there.
Right. But this one, I feel like some difference in the air about this one. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
Okay. All right. We'll see. They might be playing this back on a Dateline NBC episode one day.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone, this is
this is Wasteland.
Yeah,
an anime podcast.
That is what it is. But aside from what it's called, like I sort of said up front, these first 3 episodes, assuming people aren't just skipping around like psychopaths, and you listen to episode 1 and 2. What
if like the 7 through 9 is someone's favorite part of Demon Blood? And they heard up front that
what blood?
Phantom Blood. Okay. What's it called?
Phantom Blood.
All right. Jesus Christ. Forgive me.
Right. All right. It's fine. I forgive you. It has been I've been leading up to this whole time. It's been about a year since we recorded these initial Phantom Blood episodes. And it's taken that long for us to get our act together and, get this show not back on track, because it never fell off the track.
It took a pause. It took a break.
Yeah, but so what you're listening to right now, and what you have been listening to with the first 2 episodes, is a year's worth of kind of time has passed.
Don't say that.
Time has passed.
Okay, well, yeah.
No, like a year's worth of time has passed. We recorded these episodes before.
Yeah, I don't want you to say like a year's worth of work went into these recordings.
No, I
don't say that.
I don't mean
guys.
That. Yeah,
we're slackers.
Each episode of Phantom Blood, like we watched episode 1 of Phantom Blood and just did post-production for a year on that one episode.
Yeah. Super dedicated.
No, but yeah, the world was quite literally a different place when we recorded these Phantom Blood episodes. But
yeah, we did, like you said, we did a couple of these in the same room, which is unheard of today.
Yeah. And of course I've have seen and read all of JoJo, but for Dom, he's the real trooper here. He's been waiting about a year to finally continue on with our JoJo.
Yeah,
adventure.
You could say I've been waiting. You could say that.
But at least we stopped at a good point. I think we only watched episode 1 of Battle Tendency. So it's not like we stopped in the middle of some crazy.
All I'm saying is, like before, like this show had an uphill battle. All right, you know me. You came at me hard with this JoJo shit, and you're telling me like it was your favorite show, yada yada yada. It already had an uphill battle. But now that I got a few more shows under my belt,
oh yeah,
and I got a few more animes that I love and that are near and dear to my heart, this show is gonna have to do a lot to prove that it's got some staying power.
Okay, so
that's all I'm saying.
That Yeah, and I mean that's a loaded statement you just made, and I don't want to open Pandora's box right now because I think, look, I'm aware of some of your new opinions on certain shows.
New opinions.
Well, opinions that you've since formed since last year when we recorded these episodes.
Okay, that's well.
So,
okay,
like we've been saying for the past 2 episodes of this podcast. For Phantom Blood, we're just kind of giving you the audio that we recorded all produced together. But starting next episode of our podcast, episode 4, that's when the show is really going to be kind of what we have in mind. There's going to be it's going to be much more robust. We're going to continue on with JoJo. But in the beginning, I think we are going to, just to give you all a little teaser, we're going to have what might be a fairly robust discussion on
robust again. We're a thesaurus. Please send a thesaurus to Wasteland Studios for both of us. I need more adjectives.
It's going to be it will likely be a comprehensive discussion on some of these other shows that you claim to really love, and you know, you're saying that JoJo's going to have to do a lot. I mean, look, I'm gonna
show me more.
Hey, that's fine. I'm just saying I'm gonna let I could go on a whole little spiel. I'm gonna, because we've only seen Phantom Blood. I know the whole meme of our podcast so far probably has been that I just keep saying it's Phantom Blood, it's Phantom Blood, it's Phantom Blood.
Yeah.
And it is. It's Phantom Blood. So, you know, I think that JoJo has plenty of room to do things to your mind and body that I'm confident.
I'm looking forward to.
I'm confident that we'll achieve, or that it'll at least be a unique experience that you can't get anywhere else. So
I'm looking forward to it.
So, you know, before we get into the final 3 episodes of Phantom Blood, which are 7 through 9, yeah, I guess we just want to say thanks for anyone who has given this
stuck it out.
Yeah, given this podcast a try so far. First 3 episodes, you know, like the meme that I just mentioned when I say it's just Phantom Blood, you know, it's just the first 3. It's just the first 3 of Wasteland, you know? So
yeah, just got to get through the first 3, man.
We're, you know, we don't have all the resources in the world, so doing a remote podcast, you know, it's been a little bit of a challenge trying to iron out the kinks, but
hey, do you know if Jeff Bezos has like a favorite anime? Or Elon Musk?
I think Elon probably. I think Elon is a fan of at least the anime
subculture. I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah, the subculture, definitely.
I just want to know what his favorite series is, because if we cover either one of their series, we could float them an episode, and then we'll have all the resources in the world.
Right. I think we have an easier time getting Elon on the horn. Bezos, his favorite anime is probably like Avatar or something.
Because he's bald?
I didn't make that connection, but it's just maybe we'll get into this someday.
Okay. But all right, go fuck yourself.
When people say, you know, I mean, it's an old meme. It's I like Avatar.
I got it.
I like Avatar.
I got it. What?
I said I like Avatar.
Yeah, all right. We'll get into that too,
referencing
folks.
the meme. All right. Right. So yeah, thanks to everyone who's checked it out so far. Next episode, it's going to be kind of a half and half thing, because we actually have recorded. We do have audio from episode 10.
Dude, we might just re-record that. I don't know. We'll get into it.
You want to do it? You had some pretty good reactions. I don't want to spoil anything, but
okay.
There was a few things you reacted to that wouldn't be the same if we did it again.
Fair enough.
So we'll consider it. But basically, what we're trying to say is episode 4 of our show is finally going to launch us mostly into the current day, and we're going to continue on with our JoJo journey. So yeah, thanks for listening, and I guess, do you have anything else to say, or we're just going to jump right into episodes 7 through 9 of Phantom Blood?
Now let's jump right in. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you.
My name's Nathaniel Garofalo, and I'm joined, as always, every single week. No exceptions, no matter what. It doesn't matter what episode it is, what show it is.
I think it matters what show it is. What if you're doing a show without me?
It wouldn't happen.
I appreciate you saying that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dom Esclovon, and like he said, this is episode 7, or episode 8?
Episode 7.
Episode 7?
Yeah, which means we're just jumping right into it, guys. We are covering episode 7 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, part 1, Phantom Blood, Sorrowful Successor. Bruh. I would like everyone listening, and you and I right now, to just take a few moments of silence for the fallen William Zeppeli.
Are we playing In the Arms of an Angel?
I'll throw it in.
Cool. Yeah, pour one out. Pouring out to the road dog. You know what? No, he deserves better than In the Arms of an Angel. I want Boys to Men, It's So Hard to Say Goodbye. That's what I want playing. Because at the start of this episode, Sorrowful Successor, I knew going in that it was bad news for our boy.
I mean, I feel like... Oh, all right. That's... Yeah.
My bad.
We had the sound on in the background. But basically, yeah, I mean, with anime in general, especially with anime where there's like a shonen anime where there's lots of fights and stakes and stuff like that, it's like... A lot of times they can like... sort of play with your emotions with cliffhangers and stuff of like, oh,
will they or
it seems
they?
like, and so often in anime it's like characters just get fucking destroyed and it's like, oh, they're clearly dead, but there's some fucking weird ass workaround.
Oh, is that not the case here? Or can you not say?
Well, I mean, for the sake, I'll just not say, I guess, but
Jesus, well now you fuck off. Either way.
But yeah, I mean, the end of last episode, they make it pretty clear that like shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because in the last episode we know that there's some sort of prophecy that spells doom for Zeppeli. But we don't exactly know what it was. But of course, in this episode, the first thing we find out is that it's a flashback to Zeppeli and Ton Petit up on this high wire in Tibet, like 1,000 miles up in the air, basically. And he basically spells out the exact prophecy, circumstances of his doom. So Zeppeli's walking into this thing. He knows what's going to happen. He
knows he's facing certain death.
Yeah.
And he gives no fucks. Because he knows it's his destiny, for one, but he also knows that in order for him to die, or well, in order for JoJo to succeed, he must die. Right?
Yeah. I mean, he's doing it for the greater good, because his life's goal, ever since that fated day out in the sea when he was a young man, his goal has been to destroy the stone mask. And right now, Dio is the biggest threat in terms of the stone mask in general.
Man.
So this is his life's goal. He knows Jonathan is the one to do it.
Him sacrificing himself like that is sort of like an Obi-Wan moment. Not to bring it back to Star Wars, but this movie has, or not this movie, but this show has a lot in common with Star Wars.
No.
Okay, you let me know if you're interested.
But yeah, I do love that. 'Cause we're playing in the background now. I kind of forgot, but I love like in the beginning, it's them on the high wire, and you just get this like once you know like what the prophecy is, you get this like camera spin just around, and it eventually transitions into the room, and you just get this like spin around. But yeah, I mean, it ends pretty quickly for him. Like once the fight starts, like there's really not this long drawn out fight, but like it just goes to like further emphasize and just make us realize that Tarkus really is an enemy that you can't fuck with. So like basically all Zeppeli was able to do is just like, I just got to get to Jonathan. I just need to touch him.
Yeah, he gave him a piece.
And in order to do that, I just got to get there. So like there's really not much wasn't much to be done here.
No, I wrote in my notes like shit, and then just fuck. Like he wrecked Zeppeli. Like he left a little bit over there, a little bit over there. He was all over the room by the end of it. Cut his ass up in little pieces.
Yeah,
it was rough.
Like a lot of times in like different stories and stuff, it's common to get people chopped in half, but like this like hit a different way just because like just with the simple inclusion of like his arm getting caught in it too. So it wasn't just a straight cut in half. Like one of his arms was caught in there too. But yeah, Zeppeli, rip.
So
F's in the chat.
I was sad to see him go so quick because I really dug him. I really dug him a lot. I mean, maybe we'll see him again. Who knows?
Yeah.
So I had a question though. Why did he age after he died?
It was just he gave like all of his life's energy to JoJo. So it wasn't just passing down the ultimate deep pass overdrive to him, which is like the ultimate secret of his ultimate move. It was that plus, in order to give him that, I guess it was just he needs to just pump all of his energy into him. So I
didn't necessarily get that. I thought like Zeppeli had been on this quest for so long, but the Haman was keeping him like young, or at least like of a certain age, that once he gave it to JoJo, it like once it left his body, he went to the age he was supposed to be or some shit.
Well, that's an interesting thing to bring up because that is, I mean, you'll kind of see more of this like as the show goes on, but like that is kind of a thing with Hamon. Like if you practice it like properly and you're like a master of Hamon, like it will keep you young for longer. But I figured. But I mean, just doing the math here, like, because this is 1889 or something?
Yeah, 1890s.
Like, in the beginning, when he was only training for a couple years with Tom Petty, like, that was only 1863, and he was, like, in his mid-20s.
Oh, okay, so Zeppeli's supposed to be, like, in his maybe mid to late 50s here?
Yeah, and he kind of looks that, so...
Yeah.
So I think that if he had continued to live, like, he would have... I think you would have seen those characteristics, but that is just so everyone knows, like that is something that Haman can bring you is longer longevity.
So does the Force.
All right, we're done with the.
I'm just pointing it out,
That's
man.
Midichlorians, bro.
It's weird.
It's midichlorians.
It's Haman. It's all the same.
No, Haman, you gotta like work to get. Midichlorians is like just in your blood or something.
Haman's in his blood.
Yeah, but it's not there from birth.
All right. Says you.
Yeah. Says me.
What's the name of the dude who wrote this stuff?
Hirohiko Araki.
Do you have his Twitter handle?
I don't know if he's on Twitter. Maybe he is, but...
We should find him. Ask him if he's heard of Star Wars. Damn, he's giving him that overdrive. That sweet, sweet overdrive.
Yeah, we got it running in the background here. But
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's really the big thing in this episode.
Oh, God, all that Haman.
This episode felt shorter.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of notes for this one.
My episodes are pretty short. I mean, we don't have to like extend the conversation further than it needs to go. There is some big stuff that happens at the end, but it's just, I mean, yeah, it's a sorrowful...
Damn, that last little bit.
It's a sorrowful... Jonathan is the successor, and he is sorrowful. So the title makes sense, but yeah, I mean, well, what'd you think about the Jonathan, his revenge on Tarkus?
I loved it.
Avenging him.
I truly loved it.
He just busts out of his his necklace, and I think didn't Tarkus say like even I couldn't like break out of those?
As Jonathan was breaking through it, like grabbing it and like twisting it, Tarkus was hanging back like, I don't even know why he's trying. Not even I could break through that those chains, and he wasn't even fazed by it. JoJo breaks through that shit, dripping with that Haman, and he's ready to wreck shop. Tarkus is coming at him with chains. JoJo's flicking it back, just whipping through shit. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, cuts his arm off. And then basically just squashes his head with both of his fists.
Yeah.
And
what is this called, like, when he's, like, covered in this? Because I want to call it that Hamon drip. I don't call it Hamon drip.
I think you can call it that if you want. I don't know that there's a name to it.
That cool Hamon
He's
drip.
just radiating Hamon energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just, like, glowing, basically.
I don't know that I had any, like, sweet lines in this episode.
No, I mean, he's basically just talking about, like, his spirit is too corrupted and evil for him to allow him to exist on Earth.
Yeah.
But yeah, he disintegrates before his armor plates even, like, hit the ground.
God, he squished the head with, like, both his fists. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Rip Tarkus.
But yeah, you know, a sad scene with Zeppeli on the ground. Everyone's just mourning him. And
kind of wild that he was still alive.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get your last words out.
I thought he already did.
He's got more last words.
Apparently so.
But yeah, I mean, he basically just explains to Jonathan that, like, he's got to...
Yeah, but Jonathan was already planning on doing that.
He just wants to remind him, let him know, just in case he forgot.
Yeah, this man in pieces dying on the ground. Don't forget to destroy that mask in case you're planning on, like, fucking off after this. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go.
He was thinking about going home.
God, no. He's got shit to do. Yeah, no, but rip Zeppeli, man.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting too because, you know, Jonathan, he's still, like, he's as strong as he is, like, he still has this line of, like, what am I gonna do without you? Like,
he's still a boy.
He still feels lost.
Yeah, his father just died. Now Zeppeli, this man who took him under his wing, has died. Like, he's losing mentors and father figures left and right.
Yeah, it's rough. Like, he's really on his own now. Like, he's kind of the leader because Speedwagon looks up to Jonathan, and obviously Poco looks, you know, he's just a kid. So Jonathan's really on his own now.
So I'm wondering, and you can tell me. No, you can't tell me. Never mind. Don't tell me. But with a lot of shonen stuff that I've seen anyway, the main protagonist, he usually has a mentor that, like, sticks with him at least for a few seasons. What's the deal with this, with JoJo? Like, his father's dead, not that he was ever, like, a real mentor, but Zeppeli, quick with it, gone. But in, like, Dragon Ball Z, Master Roshi, there forever. Master Kai, there forever.
I mean,
even with, like, My Hero, All Might, I know he's, like, not long for this world, but he's been hanging on for damn near 4 seasons now. What gives?
Yeah, well, all right. So the thing with JoJo, and I won't, like, get into any specifics or anything, but it's just important for people to know, like, Phantom Blood really is, you can see the hints of what Araki's true potential is as a writer, and as a creator, basically. But, like, with Phantom Blood, it's still kind of more in the, it was trying to kind of emulate something.
Star Wars.
No.
Okay.
And it was, like, more trying to emulate something that already existed, where you get these little glimpses of what Araki is like. But eventually,
damn, I love that. We got to put that in. Farewell, Barons.
Yeah, basically, really quick, the scene is, you just you get that a lot with JoJo, just, like, the faces of the characters just in the sky.
It's nice,
basically. But yeah, I mean, shonen is, like, an interesting thing because at its core, I mean, the word shonen really just means, like, for young boys. And obviously the magazine Shonen Jump is a magazine that specializes in these kind of stories. It's where you get Dragon Ball. It's where you get, like, all the classic shonen shows, and with current day, like, My Hero Academia and stuff. And shonen, in those terms, like, there's fights and it's based around fights, but you get more shonen-y tropes with those kinds of shows where it's, like, tournament arcs and mentors and stuff like that. Like, JoJo is really only the same in that there's a lot of fights.
Okay.
So it's really not, it really doesn't follow any kind of mold of My Hero or
I was just wondering, like that. Yeah, I was surprised because once his mentor in Zeppeli was introduced, it was clear. I was like, okay, this is his master. He's going to teach him Hammond. I was expecting to be with Zeppeli, like to have Zeppeli along with the whole crew for this entire, like at least all of Phantom Blood, you know, just because he needs to learn that shit.
I mean, there are like wise figures in almost every part, but just not in the same kind of way. Yeah, I mean, every part though, there's crews.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know. I'm a sucker for like a good mentor-mentee relationship.
I know. And they exist in places, but it's just not the same kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
As these other kind of shows.
That's cool.
Is it cool?
Yeah, man, it's cool.
You seem disappointed.
No, I'm not disappointed at all. No. Hey, are there going to be any werewolves? Because we got vampires, and you know me, I'm a werewolf boy. Where my wolves at?
Werewolves.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's no werewolves.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean,
be cool
that's
if
the
there
thing
were.
with Phantom Blood. It's very like Victorian.
There were werewolves in the Victorian era.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, are you saying like in Phantom Blood is there werewolves?
I just want to know if there are werewolves, period.
I can't remember. Maybe one werewolf pops up.
Okay, that'd be cool if there were.
In an episode or two. I don't think so, though.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I mean, they basically just bounce out of here. And I mean, the one moment that I like, or actually, do you want to talk about this Dio stuff?
Yeah, like we can.
We finally see Dio again.
Yeah, because he's been gone for like a couple episodes.
Yeah,
chilling.
I mean, they're basically just, there's this scene where it just further emphasizes his evil tendencies, where he's got this like young mother with her like baby, and she's like, please don't kill my child, and he's just toying with her. It's Dio toying with his prey, basically. Yeah. And he infects her mind, turns her into a zombie, and she kills her own child.
He's like, okay, I won't hurt her, but I didn't say you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Stinker.
And he's got
wordplay.
Yeah, I forgot how much like Araki like surrounded Dio with roses.
So roses are his thing, huh?
Well, in Phantom Blood, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he always seems to he's got a rose nearby. But yeah, that's what's going on with Dio. But yeah, there's this moment when the JoJo crew is like sort of solemnly making their way downtown to Win Knight's lot, and Speedwagon looks back at JoJo and just says like, his face is different now, and you just see that resolve, and he's like, but I guess we're all different now.
Yeah. I mean,
we've all changed.
God. But see, he says that, and they have, but I feel like if you gave us a couple more episodes with Zeppeli, we'd feel it a little bit more. That's my main problem with Phantom Blood so far. It's the fast forwards. It's the quick jumps. It's like years have passed or it's months have passed. That's my problem.
I know.
I do.
It's not an uncommon issue.
Okay.
And I promise.
I just want to get that on the docket.
I promise that this is the fastest paced thing in JoJo.
I just want to grow with these characters more, and I feel like I'm not yet, you know? With JoJo and Poco and Speedwagon, I feel like I'm playing catch up. I feel like I'm watching from afar as someone half-assed tells me their story. But, hey, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Guys,
give me your ratings.
I've said it before. I'll say it again.
It's Phantom Blood.
Phantom Blood, guys.
It's Phantom Blood.
But before we get to the ratings,
we need to get that on a fucking shirt.
Yeah.
We got merch coming.
All right.
We don't have merch coming.
I wish I could just have like secret commentary that I could just pepper in.
Me too.
For like maybe we should do like sub podcasts. Be like JoJo
secret file.
JoJo's only. I'm just like, guys, Dom doesn't even know.
Yeah. Oh God.
Let us know if you want that.
Yeah, if you do, we can do like little 5-minute snippets where we just like get into the shit, the nitty gritty.
That would be really fun.
It would be cool if we could get like 5 minutes. That dude in his weird ass tongue, that was nice.
Yeah, that was like a weird.
And he flips his head around.
Mr. Adams or whatever the hell this guy's name is. Like this townsperson who's just got like a 10-foot tongue.
Yeah, and JoJo ain't having it, man. Snaps his shit clean off.
Yeah, I like with these like Dio zombie army, like in Phantom Blood, where just like it seems like everyone who gets infected with it like just has a different kind of power.
Yeah,
like, it's just all just completely random almost.
Yeah. I do respect the fact that Speedwagon has made Zeppeli's hat a part of his wardrobe now.
Oh yeah, I totally
shout out.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, Zeppeli.
I mean, we can get into that when
Speedwagon takes the hat.
Your points,
right? But all right, the last thing, just to close out this episode, we get 2 new characters and the appearance of a character we already knew about.
Dyer.
So we get Dyer and Straits.
Okay.
Straitso or Straight. I think it's Straight.
That's what it was.
It's Straits in the manga, but it's Straitso in the.
I was trying to figure out, like, I was like, Dyer, all right, cool. And then the Straitso thing didn't click with me, Dire Straits.
Yeah, Dire Straits. So pretty clear reference there. But yeah, so 2 new characters kind of show up and kind of test John. Well, one shows up and tests Jonathan.
Yeah.
With kind of this display of strength.
What? That's another thing with shonen. No one could ever just pop up and be like, "Hey, man, I know you just went through some shit. I'm so and so. I'm here to help. I'm here to like be one of your boys." Everyone has to show up and like try to fight first. They want to test.
To be fair, they don't know that Zeppeli.
That's true.
Yet. They just think he's not standing with them. I
guess.
Then
if they didn't know he died, why would they pop up and try to fight our boy?
I don't know.
Why is everyone always doing that?
I don't know. But basically, they show up, and Zeppeli, unbeknownst to the audience, had sent a letter being like, "You guys should show up, and
got some real shit going down,
and help us." And then Tom Petty shows up. So basically, the JoJo crew shrunk 1 but grew 3.
Yeah, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers show up. Are these 2 known as the Heartbreakers? Because they should be. Why weren't they named Heart and Breaker?
That'd be interesting. That'd be cool.
It would have been way cooler. God damn it. Ugh.
Well, missed opportunity.
Yeah, definitely.
He can go back and rewrite it.
Hey, just like Lucas did with Star Wars.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More references.
So yeah, basically you just got a bigger crew now to go in to Win Knight's lot to face Dio.
So, God. I mean, we have a bigger crew, sure, but how long are we going to be with them? Don't tell me. Don't fucking tell me.
Right, so they don't shake hands, they bow, and everyone's friends now.
Dyer, Straitso, and Tom Petty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call those 2 the Heartbreakers. That's all it is.
Go for it.
I mean, I'm not going to be kicked out of the group if I do, right?
Nah.
All right, cool.
It'd be good. All right, so we'll get into the ratings. Definitely doesn't stack up to the last episode, but
this is sort of the falling action of the rising action, you know?
Big climax. But definitely sad to see Zeppeli go. So fights, I have it at a 7 just because we really only have like 2 seconds of fighting, but it was a pretty fitting finish to Tarkus.
Yeah,
for what he did with the new power.
Yeah, sweet new moves.
So characters, I have it an 8 just because we got them.
What the fuck are those? What's going on?
Oh yeah, we should talk about the bird people or the animal people.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Dio has just animal human hybrids.
How?
It's those vampire powers, man. He's got anything and everything up his sleeve.
God damn. Like, I was wondering if I had missed something, because there was just like this little cat, but it had the head of a human, sort of, on Dio's lap. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on, so I wanted to ask you about that.
Right.
Did they have anything like that in the manga? Like, did they explain or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I didn't see anything explaining it more.
All right, go on. My apologies.
All right. Outfits, I have it a 7, just because we get some. Well, all right. For one, it's not a change of. It's not nothing we haven't seen. It's not something we haven't seen before. But I think it's impactful enough that Speedwagon takes Zeppeli's hat. That's really cool.
Because he was wearing a hat before, right?
Yeah, I think just kind of like a bowler hat.
Oh yeah, he had the bowler hat with the blades, and he wasn't wearing that for a while. But yeah.
But Yeah, outfits at a 7, mainly for that.
So does he keep Zeppeli's hat for the remainder?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Dope. I love it because he's rocking the hat and he's got the pluck sword. Is a sword his, or does he give that to JoJo? Like, does Speedwagon rock that sword? Is that like his shit because he doesn't have any Hamen?
You know, I can't remember what he does with the sword. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Right.
But basically, you can see the episodes coming up. You should.
I'm not reading it.
Back out. Oh, all right. Sometimes with spoilers, my eyes wander. You know.
Yeah, mine do.
If you got a spoiler in front of me. But yeah, to finish off the outfits, like I don't really like Dyer's outfit.
Okay.
It's kind of weird. It's just got these like weird random spikes that kind of come off the back. It's really weird, but I think Straight's looks really cool.
It just look like a cloak.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Okay. All right.
I didn't say it was crazy or anything. I'm just saying he looks cool.
All right. Fair enough.
All right. And Tom Petty's doing his thing.
Yeah. He looks like most Tibetan monks.
Yeah, I have setting at a 7, really only just for that like Tibet, like high wire in Tibet, and just in the very beginning. You know what? I'm changing it to a 6.
Okay.
Because that's carrying it all. Like everything else is just like English countryside and the setting from last time. So settings a 6.
Oof.
But development I have it an 8 just because.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Jonathan, we already talked about it. You guys know. I mean, Jonathan has to wise up now. He's in charge now. He's got a different look on his face. Speedwagon said so. And Speedwagon's changed too.
Yeah, they all have. Even Poco.
And even Dire Straits and
the Heartbreakers.
And
it's the Heartbreakers.
And Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Even they had to deal with Zeppeli's death. Everyone's mourning, and they're all carrying that into battle. To this epic showdown with Dio. But yeah, those are my official rankings.
Okay, cool.
Bloody Battle, JoJo, and Dio.
Oh, you're not doing the whole like fucking.
All right, everyone. This is episode 8, Bloody Battle, JoJo, and Dio, penultimate episode of season 1 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, part 1, Phantom Blood.
It's Phantom Blood, man. It was episode 8 is something. We gotta dig deep. You don't have the synopsis or anything? You're killing me. I thought we were doing synopses and then dropping in.
It's so simple. I'll give you the synopsis right now.
Synopsize.
JoJo and crew.
Mm-hmm.
You got Speedwagon.
You
got Dyer and Straits.
Straightso.
You got
Poco.
Little Poco. In the search for his sister, and you got the boy Tom Petty.
Yeah.
And the Heartbreakers. Heading to Win Knight's lot to show down with Dio.
Yeah.
They show up. That's all you got to know.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, they go.
That's really it.
They're looking for Dio, and they're looking to fuck some shit up.
Right.
So, Nathaniel, I need to talk to you about this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just open up my notes because there's some shit in here that was in fucking sane.
You give me your thoughts first.
Well, first of all, because it opens with Poco, I think getting yelled at by his father or something.
Yeah, his dad's slapping him around a bit.
Yeah. So when he's asking like where the sister is and everything, I thought that from episode 7 it was going to be the woman who ate her baby.
Oh. Yeah,
so I was a bit confused at first, but then I was hoping that would be the case, but then it cuts to his actual sister, so that's cool. But I fucking love this episode. This is like everything I had seen up until this point had been fine, and like I was kind of getting my feel for JoJo, you know? I was kind of like,
right,
okay, I'm getting into the mix of things, and then this battle, like fucking Dio is on a 10 or something. He's just over exaggerating everything. I loved everything about this episode, but we can get into like the nitty gritty if you had any like manga tidbits or anything that you wanted to throw out there.
In terms of the manga, it's been I feel like earlier on we had more differences.
So now it's like a straight 1-to-1 comparison.
I would say in terms of Phantom Blood, this is like the closest it's been to like a 1-to-1. There's like little translation differences here and there, but really nothing to really point out. I think the only thing in this episode that was really different as far as I could tell was just a like localization issue with the anime, but you know those like 4 or 5 zombies that just popped up that Straitso took care of?
Yeah.
In the manga, they're all named after the members of Led Zeppelin.
Yes. Okay. So that's in my notes too. It was like Plant, Bonham, fucking what else was it? Shit.
Was that in your translation?
No, I watched both because I have to watch with my girlfriend, so I watch the dub and the sub now.
So where were those names?
In the dub.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because in the sub version, they're like weird ass names that aren't those.
Yeah, it's I don't know if that pops up later because it's not in these notes. So it might be like in the next app.
I have it. I have it in episode 8.
Or maybe they name drop them in episode 9, but that's when I got their names.
What?
Yeah, I swear. I typed them in. I mean, how else would I know?
They like announce themselves.
Yeah.
In episode 8.
Yeah, but like with their names in the dub. Yeah, it's Plant, Bonham.
Yeah, that's really weird that they put that in the dub, but they changed it for the translation in the sub version.
Oh,
because in the sub version, it's like one of them was like Barnum.
Bonham. But they call it Barnum.
To Barnum. It was like Barnum and just some weird. There was a couple other really weird ones, but yeah, that's actually an interesting thing. I actually heard this just recently. Because since we've been doing this again, I've been like going back to all these like JoJo YouTubers and watching all their like commentary or like video essays and stuff. And I heard someone say somewhere that I don't know if it was necessarily just in reference to that, but I think it was part of it was that apparently Led Zeppelin is like super important to Araki. And he felt later on in his career that he sort of blew his load too quickly with the
Zeppelin
with the Led Zeppelin references, and he felt like he never truly did it justice. But this person saying this was specifically in reference to Araki feeling like he rectified that later on. But that's all I'll say about that.
Oh God! All right. So, nah, I can't even ask because I mean, whatever. Okay. So we had that doobie guy with like a face full of snakes.
Yeah. So
fucking doobie.
So that was Doobie's brief reign of terror. That's one thing in the manga. I felt like his design almost seemed pretty much the same in the manga, but for some reason it seemed cooler to me the way it was drawn.
In the manga?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do much for me here. He was just like a red shirt type of thing. Like, I knew that they were going to fuck his shit up to get to Dio.
Yeah. Like, when he showed up in the anime, I was like, oh, I remember Doobie. But I was like, yeah, he's kind of boring. But for some reason, the way he was sort of just drawn in the manga made him more appealing.
Okay.
But I don't know that I could, like, point to specifically what it was. It was pretty much the same design, but...
I was pretty bummed to see that little creature die. The little face thing.
Right. Yeah, that was, like, one of the first things that happened.
Yeah, I was bummed to see that. I love that dude, too. Like, I didn't know that he was going to get a speaking role. So when he did start speaking, I lost my shit.
Yeah, I think there was actually one line in the manga that Dio, I think, like, Poco's sister, like the little dude started talking, and she sort of recoiled or something, and Dio was like, yeah, like, this guy was a piece of shit and had terrible manners, and like, as far as I'm concerned, if you have terrible manners, you don't deserve life. So I just thought I would like fuse him with a creature.
Beautiful.
Because love it. It might be like a better existence for him or something.
And then he straight murders him.
Yeah, then he just fucks him up.
I love it. Do we ever see any more of those little creatures throughout the show here and there? Would that be a huge spoiler?
Those specific creatures?
Well, not those specific ones, but little, like, I would love to see little creatures with human faces again. It creep me out.
I mean, there's lots of weird small things.
All right, I'm looking forward
to come. But yeah, I mean, another thing, just this interaction with Poco's sister. This is the second time in Phantom Blood that Dio gets slapped
by a woman.
A normal human woman.
Yeah,
just
they're not feeling his vibe. Like whatever he's putting out there, they're not biting his line.
Yeah, but he sort of tempts her with
eternal life.
With eternal life, and she turns him down.
Yeah. Why couldn't they make that woman the first woman who ate her baby Poco's sister?
I don't have an answer for that.
I mean, who was that broad? Just some townswoman, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been more like?
But I think she would have been cursed forever because that woman.
Sure,
got
she would have been
a vampire.
Yeah, definitely. But then it would have given Poco a little like, I don't know, character development. It would have like fucked with him a little. Everyone has lost something except for Poco. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess there just wasn't enough time for Poco to do. I mean, a lot of people sort of took the back seat to in this episode.
That is true. That is true. Dyer. R.I.P.
Dyer kind of got his little spotlight out of all the other characters. He got his one little 5 seconds of.
Yeah, he got that move, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, he did it again! No one ever saw it coming." And then he fucking gets.
I want to talk about this move really quick.
It's
like
the dumbest fucking. What is that?
Everyone's commentary when he's doing the move, they're like, "Oh shit!" Like no one's ever beaten this move, and I'm like, dude. You can explain to me all day long how this move is superior to any other.
It looks ridiculous
fighting style, but dude, your nuts are just wide open. Like, how is that?
He's completely spread eagle and just like holding his position away from someone with his arms folded, and it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, nut shot move. It's no good. It's no good.
I mean. No, we don't need to spend any more time on Dyer's bullshit ass move. He's dead now. Thank the Lord. Yeah, I was never a big Dyer fan. All one episode of him.
Look, I'm going to be bold here and say that, if you're out there and you're a JoJo fan, but you're also a huge Dyer fan, come out of the woodwork and just let us know.
Speak up.
Let us know what is going on in that head of yours.
Is it the flat top? Is it those weird tendrils hanging off his shoulders? What's the deal?
Yeah, there is a future character that mildly resembles Dyer.
Interesting. And is he like a fan favorite?
Vastly superior. Is all I'll say.
I'm looking forward to it.
Little tease for the future there. I think if you're a fan of JoJo, you might know who I'm talking about. But yeah, Dyer gets his head lopped into a pile of roses and spits a rose into.
But Dio did that thing where he freezes what's his tits Dyer's entire body.
Yeah, and JoJo tried to warn him.
Yeah, he was like, watch out, he'll freeze your shit. But that was sick, the way that he gets his head lobbed off and then in the final moments spits a rose infused with Haman energy into Dio's eye.
Yeah, because of course roses are living things, so they can harness.
That is there a gif of Dio ripping up all those roses in the air? Or is that from a different episode? Was that from like 9 or 8?
It must have been from 8.
Must have been. Okay.
Yeah, because I think later on when it's like Jonathan and Dio out on the terrace, I think Jonathan kind of sneak attacks him and throws all these roses.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Like, chopping all the roses.
In midair, I fucking love that shit. Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, and this is, what were you going to say?
Nothing, just everything about their fight. I'm loving everything.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to point out, I'm almost positive that this is the first episode where we get, and I know this doesn't mean much to you yet, but I think for everyone out there that this is Dio's first Muda. Yeah, so that's only going to come across in the sub. But
what part was it that he said this or whatever?
So Muda means, it just means useless. So it's just
so he'll just mutter it.
Well, he sort of yells it. It's sort of like his battle cry almost. It's the closest thing that Dio has to kind of like a battle cry where he'll just say Muda, 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 Muda.
Okay.
Fighting you, just useless. And it sounds so weird in the, it comes across way better
in the sub.
Just because it kind of rolls off the tongue. because like in the normal, it's just someone saying useless like really quickly over and over again, and it kind of is like a weird stutter. But yeah, I mean that's kind of like a huge meme with Dio is the whole Muda thing. But yeah, Jonathan doesn't really have a cry really.
No, but he did say, "Guess who survived his time in hell, Dio?" when he like popped up to wreck Dio's shit, which I did appreciate. Like he popped up and he's ready to go. He was not having any more of these little bitch ass like, "I love you, Dio. You're my brother. We gotta settle this." He was like, "I'm here to destroy you. You've taken enough from me."
Yeah, I mean,
and it was about time.
Yeah, because Dio, it's sort of unclear if Dio. I think Dio just assumes that Zeppeli died.
Right. Yeah. He mentions that he doesn't see his mustachioed partner.
Yeah, but after that, like, yeah, Jonathan basically he sort of almost has this moment of like, I wish I could be more well composed, but like, I'm gonna kill you out of anger. Like, I'm not ashamed to say I have anger.
Yeah,
right.
He said, "I've tried to live my life as a gentleman," or something like that. But this is the time I throw all that to the side. That was good shit.
Yeah. What else you got?
Hamon's more disgusting than frog urine. That's something that Dio threw out there. I was saying Dio's really making short work of JoJo's squad because literally everyone that came after him, he was just slapping to the side. Like when Dyer came after him, boom, gone. I mean, all his dudes.
I mean, Tom Petty didn't do anything.
That's true. And Straightso, he handled those other dudes.
Yeah, Straightso had the
Zeppelin or the actual Led Zeppelin guys to contend with. But what was Tom Petty up to? Was there a reason why he didn't jump in, or is it just because he knew it was like JoJo's destiny?
Yeah, I think everyone's just on that. Like, I mean, obviously Speedwagon, there's not much he can do, but you have 3 other Hamon users. One got fucked up, so that takes care of that. Straightso did have his little moment, so they kind of pulled their weight here and there. But yeah, Tom Petty didn't really do anything. I think
he's supposed to be like a master, right?
Yeah.
So he would do far better, and he would defeat Dio quite easily compared to JoJo.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I think the best maybe there's some explanation out there that Araki said or like other people would have a better answer for, but yeah, I think it can probably just be explained just in the sense of everyone's kind of aware that this is like a destiny kind of thing working out. I mean, Zeppeli knew that from the get-go.
Kind of like Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader.
I
that
guess
type of
so,
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just think, I mean, you've been on this hype of like this comparing JoJo to Star Wars.
It has a lot of comparisons, Nathaniel.
Well, anything that has like kind of a hero's journey type of thing is going to be Star Wars. But yeah, I mean, could you imagine in the final battle between Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, just like Han Solo and everyone just kind of rushed in there? It was like, hey, let's help you out. And they all just take turns beating the shit out.
That would be kind of cool. I'd appreciate it.
Like one after the other, just...
Chewie just comes over and bites him in the neck. That'd be cool. You telling me you would enjoy that?
Chewie's got like a bat. like Han Solo and Luke are just holding Darth Vader's arms, and Chewie just comes...
Chewie's working his ribs.
Smokes a cigarette, just flicks it to the side, whacks him with a bat.
I think we just rewrote Star Wars for the better. We should send that to George Lucas or J.J. Abrams, whoever's in charge.
George Lucas doesn't have any power anymore.
Oh, it's all Abrams.
He's
we'll talk to him.
He's just a sad man in a trailer somewhere.
Yeah, with all of his billions of dollars. That's sad, sad man.
Yeah. I debated whether I wanted to bring this up, but this is not...
Bring it up.
So, like, when I first watched through Phantom Blood, there was no way for me to even remember this because it was such a fleeting moment, but... This is kind of only for if you've watched, all of JoJo or at least up to a certain point. But in the sub with the Japanese voice acting, Jonathan throws out yada yada. And this has no meaning to you. You just got to keep that in your head. But I was like, whoa, Jonathan threw one of those out, and it just kind of means it's like kind of translates to like, oh, good grief, or like
yada yada.
Oh, this or so. There's something else on the end of it that I can't remember.
I'm guessing there's gonna be a character coming forward that's his catchphrase or some shit.
No comment. But if you've seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, at least up to a point, you would catch that if you saw it. But I just thought that was interesting.
Okay.
That I don't know if that was I didn't catch a line like that in the manga, so I wonder if that was like a David Productions thing where they threw that in as a little like tip of the hat, like. But yeah, who knows?
Well, my whole thing, like a lot of my notes is just Dio and JoJo going head to head, and JoJo getting his or Joseph, I should say. I'm sorry, JoJo. Joseph getting his Jonathan. Why do I say Joseph? Jonathan Joestar. My apologies. Him going in for like the knee to Dio, and then Dio like freezing that knee, freezing his leg, just stopping his shit in his tracks. And I thought he was an idiot. I thought JoJo was stupid for doing this shit. I was like, JoJo, you fucking idiot. No. And then this whole time, Dio's just standing there telling JoJo how stupid he is and how he's about to kill him. And he's got his fucking like carotid artery or whatever fucking around his fingers, just toying with
disgusting.
It. Oh my God. It was insane. And that whole conversation with Dio just shitting on JoJo was just like next level. And I loved every bit of it. And then to find out that he had planned this shit, that the knife, or not the knife, but the sword is
the luck sword.
Yeah, the luck and pluck. It's through Dio and being warmed up by the fire behind him, so it's melting the ice. Oh, mwah.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah, it was great. And yeah, I mean, this whole time as he's giving this speech, he's literally cut in half.
Yes,
like to his torso.
JoJo charges at him with the luck and pluck sword and just splits him right in half. And Dio, it's the weirdest fucking like visual just to see Dio in half and still talking shit.
Yeah, his mouth is still like moving on each side.
That motherfucker has like no shame. You can't shit on Dio because even when he's getting his ass beat, he may be like in 3 different pieces. He'll call your mother a bitch, and I love it.
Yeah,
respect.
But yeah, he gets him with the melted sword, gets him out of it, and he gives him one of those classic sunlight yellow overdrives.
Yeah.
And blasts him off the. I mean, Dio was standing like right on the edge, so what was he expecting?
Yeah, no gravity exists.
And Jonathan sheds a tear.
Yeah, wrote that down
for his brother,
fallen brother,
his brother in fate.
Yeah, his brother from another mother.
And Speedwagon basically cries to the heavens and to Zeppeli that
JoJo did it.
That Jonathan won.
He saved the world.
Yeah.
My God. You got some scores to get into? Do you got some other shit? Like, what do you got for me?
I mean, it's one of those, in terms of like looking back on the legacy of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure as a whole. I mean, yeah, this is one of those
quintessential moments.
Yeah. One of these sort of legendary battles from history that took place.
It was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I mean, it was a quick battle but impactful. I guess for my scores, I mean, guys, it's the final battle between Jonathan and Dio. So fights, I have a 9-5.
You and the 9-5 shit. Just a 9 or a 10. What are we doing?
All right,
here?
9.
9. Okay.
All right. Characters. So characters, got a couple like super minor villains, so nothing really much there. But character development and characters in general, I have an 8.
Okay.
Just because I feel like, because I mean, this was kind of the first we heard about. Didn't Dio have a line in here about that he truly respects Jonathan?
Yeah.
And that he was like, I was going to turn you.
No. That's coming up. My apologies.
Yeah, but like right when Jonathan walked in, like right when Jonathan and the crew walked in, I thought Dio had some line about like, like I was going to turn you into a zombie, or like I thought about turning you into a zombie, but like the thought of it upset me or something. So that's why I wanted one of my knights to do.
That's why I had Bruford and Tarkus. Yeah.
Basically explaining why he had all these minions set out because
I didn't want to sully myself.
He felt conflicted about it.
Yeah.
So Dio to admit that was pretty big. But Jonathan succeeded. All was not for nothing. So characters at 8, outfits out of 5.
5, huh? Okay.
People are looking all right, but nothing new. Setting at a 7. Dio's castle, we've seen it a few times, but I think the balcony overlooking everything is pretty iconic.
Okay.
So I have it as 7. And overall development, I mean, it's an 8.
Dope.
Jonathan wins.
Dope. So what does that tabulate to?
All right, so that comes out to a total score of 37.
Okay, 37 is a number to beat.
All right, so are you ready to...
Am I ready?
What, do you have any final thoughts on the bloody battle between Jonathan and Dio?
Only that I was really pleased. I was, and also kind of surprised that it happened so quickly. Like, with a lot of these shows, you don't see the main villain, like, come to an end so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, eight episodes in, say what you will, even with all the time jumps, I still felt like I didn't get enough time with either Jonathan or Dio.
Right.
So,
yeah,
that's my main takeaway from episode 8.
Right. That's fair.
Okay.
On February 7th, 1889, Jonathan Joestar died. History will never know of Jonathan's sacrifice or of the proud life he lived, but his descendants will. This is episode 9. My name's Nathaniel Garofalo, and I'm joined, as always,
but Dom Esclovon. Hi, guys.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the first kind of, as you may know, this is the end of part 1 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So come up pretty quick. We're still in season 1 of, in terms of the anime, it's still season 1 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but
okay.
JoJo works in parts. So
yeah,
I feel like I can breathe a little bit now.
Really?
I feel like there's been a lot weighing on my shoulders. We can finally start to open up and to talk about things.
Man, I was not expecting this. Nathaniel.
Yeah.
You said episode 9 from the jump. You were like, look, we just need to make sure we get through episode 9, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, man, episode 9, whatever. This whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Not at one point did I think, at any point during the fight, did I think JoJo was going to die. Because you kept saying, look, all you have to do is, like, get your mind around the fact that these guys are going to, like, be nearly killed every fight and just come back from it. And I was like, okay. And
yeah.
And, like, especially with episode 8 with his carotid artery, like, betwixt Dio's fingers, I assumed that JoJo was going to walk out of this one, too. Like, he was going to boss out. I was heartbroken. I fucking wrecked, man.
Yeah. I'm glad you felt something.
Glad I felt something. Of course I felt something. I was broken.
I definitely, I always get misty-eyed when I see that. I mean, this is the first time I've revisited the anime, but if I ever think about it or see clips, like, I remember last year on February 7th on Twitter, people posted that final screen of Jonathan cradling Dio's head, saying on February 7th, 1889, Jonathan Joestar died. Yeah, man, it's fucking rough. But I feel like I can finally explain to you why I've been, because we're just in Phantom Blood.
It's just Phantom
Blood.
But
I couldn't reveal this whole time that it's the shortest part by a country mile.
Shit.
It's really quick. It's very brief.
So tell me, Nathaniel, why did they start the story here instead of wherever, like, why didn't they just bypass Phantom Blood? Why did we need all of Phantom Blood?
So I think I probably should have done more research into this before we started talking about it. But as far as I understand, I heard someone talk about, I think it was in some interview that Araki gave or something. I could be take what I say here with a grain of salt. I think I'm probably in the ballpark here, but I think the answer to this is that when Araki started writing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I don't think he had any idea that it was going to be a hit, or that it was going to catch on, that he was going to get this shot, that it was going to catch on with people. So I don't believe from Phantom Blood that he had any idea where it was going to go. And from what I remember someone saying once was that while he was in the midst of writing Phantom Blood, I think he sort of got the sense that Jonathan there's only so much he can do with a character like that, who's
altruistic.
Because of all the characters in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Jonathan is the most pure-hearted. It's the most black and white kind of part. You have pure good against pure evil.
Right.
And I think Araki felt restricted by that. And so he got the idea to, I want to speed this up and sort
introduce some more
and start
ambiguous
people. New, basically. So that's why everything is so rushed, because it's just it's this brief clash in the past that started it all.
Okay,
is basically how I think that's the best way to look at it. Is that it's this impactful thing that jumpstarts the entire show.
Sort of like the prequel trilogies to Star Wars.
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably not.
Seems like it.
But yeah, so Phantom Blood, Finn.
Wow. Well, look, Dio cut his whole fucking head off. Like, what? He's a beast. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, as he was falling, he could feel the Hamon creeping, and he knew that if it got to his head, that he was done for.
But I thought, like, so vampires, they couldn't live without a head. What gives?
I think vampires can live without a head. I just think they can't be like staked or.
No, vampires cannot live without heads. Has Buffy and Angel taught you nothing?
Okay, well, this is Japanese vampires.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know. He cut off his head, and Wang Chan.
Yeah, I realized the little Asian medicine man.
Yeah, I've been calling him by his name, but apparently his name's Wang Chan. Is
that supposed to be a Wang Chung reference?
Probably.
Okay.
But yeah, so he was creeping out in the shadows at the bottom of the hill, I guess, anticipating that this might happen.
Yeah. Because he's Dio's little bitch.
So right from the get-go, we know some shit's going to go down. But yeah, I mean, basically we jump and there's, we see kind of the moments in the next morning, like the events. Speedwagon smashes the stone mask.
Yeah, they made short work of that whole, like, you must destroy the mask thing. Like, how soon was it that Zeppeli had died and then they destroyed the mask? Was that like a couple nights later that they destroyed it?
Probably. I thought this was like the next morning or
something.
Well,
if that's the case, you're telling me Zeppeli couldn't have held out for like another couple hours? There's no reason my dude had to die, is what I'm saying. No reason. They could have...
Yeah.
There's no reason. But it's all moot. I mean, JoJo's dead. That crew was cool. I like that crew.
Oh, cool. Yeah. It was an interesting crew. A brief crew who came and went too quickly. So remember how in the anime when it's the narrator pops in and he's like, people saw some like figures doing something with the stone mask.
Yeah.
So in the manga, one of the people who I guess gave a statement to the newspaper was Farmer Jeff Beck.
Like Beck?
Jeff Beck. Isn't Jeff Beck's like...
I don't know who Jeff Beck is.
Not Beck. Jeff Beck. Hold on, I'm going to look it up.
No fucking idea who Jeff Beck is. Who's Jeff Beck?
Jeff Beck is an English rock guitarist. He's one of the 3 noted guitarists who have played with the Yardbirds.
Yeah, don't know who the Yardbirds are.
Yeah, Jeff Beck, man. Jeff Beck. Everyone knows Jeff Beck.
You can keep saying that as much as you want. I have no idea who Jeff Beck is.
The Yardbirds was Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, and Jeff Beck.
Yeah. I'm not a big Clapton, Page, or Beck head.
Neither am I. I just know the name Jeff Beck. All right.
Why do you know the name Jeff Beck? I don't know. Yeah.
Everyone's dad's into classic rock.
Not this guy's dad.
All right. So yeah, Farmer Jeff Beck out there tilling the weeds until he sees a top-hatted man smashing a stone mask. But yeah, JoJo, a very happy day. Jonathan finally gets to marry his childhood sweetheart, Arena Pendleton. And they set off for America to start a new life together.
Quick query. Are there any Joe bros that I'm similar to?
That you're similar to?
Yeah.
Like
or,
in what kind of...
No, or just like any Joe bro you think of that like I would enjoy. Or just, I mean, or that you see and you're just like, Dom would like that guy, or that reminds me of Dom. Anything like that. Because I'm just thinking, I was like, man, I really love Speedwagon, but like knowing now that I don't get any more Speedwagon, I'm just thinking to myself like, well, I'm looking forward to my next Joe bro. I just need something to tide me over. And if I hear from you that there are others, or even ones that like I remind you of, I got something to look forward to now, Nathaniel. I got light at the end of the tunnel is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I mean, there's lots of Joe bros.
Talking 7 or 8?
Well, there's a Joe bro for every part.
Okay.
But in every part, like that's the thing with each part, there is a Joe bro, but there's also other characters who are strong enough. Like there's a crew, but there's usually one Joe bro. So you have the whole crew and you have the one Joe bro. And in some parts, I think there are crew members who are stronger than the Joe bro.
Like character wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's up to everyone's own kind of opinions. That you would enjoy. I don't know. I would hope that you would enjoy them all.
Okay.
On some level. But yeah, there are definitely some that are weak. Maybe like 2 that I would say are weak.
Okay.
Of everything. But yeah, man. Speedwagon rushed off to the rest of the crew, seeing them.
Yeah.
JoJo and Arena set sail. A mysterious coffin. Who knows what's inside?
Yeah.
Gets carted on to. Are you picking up on these Dio's weird little like whisper thing that he does?
Nah.
He did it when he was in the coffin too.
Didn't pick up on it.
Right.
I mean, I'm also taking notes, so I'm not. It's difficult, Nathaniel.
All right. But yeah, man.
Well, I wrote in my notes that disembodied Dio is my favorite Dio. And I was sad to see him go so quickly because I did enjoy all the shit talking he was doing when he was in that little tank. And then his head got flung across the room. And I don't, were those like his veins or something?
Yeah, they're just like these weird tendrils.
Yeah.
So he can he can get around without being carried around by Wang Chan. But yeah, he can sort of get around with like his hair, I think, was kind of moving at one point, but then also the tendrils. But yeah, I mean, this was a big kind of thing for Dio because it's kind of an extension of what he was kind of talking about with his respect to Jonathan in last episode. It's much more underlined in this episode because he's basically saying like, I mean, basically what he says from the get-go to once Jonathan realizes that he's on the ship is that like, you know, I'm here for your body. I'm going to take your body. I've chosen you. You should see it as a...
Yeah, you've bested me.
You've bested me. Like, I will only take the body of a man I respect.
Yeah.
But yeah, he truly respects Jonathan because in his eyes, Jonathan gave him his new life. Like, it's because of the stone mask that he has this life, but he also bested him. So to him, Jonathan's like this balancing kind of thing, and he needs to get rid of him, but he wants it to be quick. And Wang Chan even disrespects him at one point. And Dio's like, no, you will not disrespect this man. Kill him quick. God. But I guess...
When the fuck did Dio get eye lasers?
That's the thing. In Phantom Blood, Dio just has like whatever powers.
God damn.
He can get... He deployed his eye lasers when he fell off the...
Oh, yeah, and it, like, cut the tower and shit and killed some zombies. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
But yeah, I guess before that though, just one moment before that happened was what did you think about the sweet little moment with Irina and Jonathan out on the deck as the sun was setting?
Oh, how she just remembered back to him, being the boy who was like trying to be a gentleman, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, just she saw she saw the two birds like flying out in the ocean together, and she was kind of crying, and then she was just just her reminiscing about how he always strived to be a gentleman.
I mean, again, it was nice and all, but I wasn't that connected to it because I didn't get that much time with Jonathan, first of all, and then Irina chiming in on it. Like, it didn't, if it were Speedwagon talking about it or something, someone who had been with him like fighting in the shit, but Irina saw him when he was a little kid and then popped back up later on.
Yeah,
I don't know, it didn't do much for me.
Yeah, and that's actually a pretty rare thing for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, is that there's really no, this is like a rare romance.
Really?
Yeah, there's really no romance.
I figured that there was going to be like an Irina type figure for every part. Like like every JoJo would always have like a chick.
No.
Okay.
No. I mean,
well, they kind of blew their load here then, because I wasn't impressed with Irina.
Yeah, that's actually one big. It's so far away that it's not even a spoiler, but there is a very prominent kind of female love interest in part 8, which is kind of rare for JoJo.
At some point, like, I'm not sure when, but I was so fucking like pissed that this was all happening. I wrote, is this really happening? Because I was upset. Like, I was watching the ship come down around JoJo, and I kept hearing Irina say like he was dying and shit, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where it's like one thing happens and you're like, okay, there's some way out of this, and then like one more thing happens and you're like, shit, man, how's he gonna get out of this? And then like it keeps happening up until the final moment. You're like, there's too many things.
Yeah, I was like, okay, wait, is Speedwagon gonna like just drop in and like pull JoJo and Irina out of this? Like, what the fuck is happening? Because he's bleeding from his neck. There's fire everywhere. Like, oh my god, it was that broke me. It's just seeing him like just take it in, you know. He knew that there was no way out of it, and it didn't bother him because, one, he had defeated Dio, and he did what he had set out to do, you know.
And just, I think a great touch for that whole thing was just that whole sequence. He couldn't even breathe, so that whole time it's just he's holding his breath, like he's just like choking blood. He knows he's like juggling 10 things at once. He's like, I got to stop Dio, but also Irina's here. I want to make sure she's safe.
Yeah.
And the whole time he can't breathe. He kind of musters out a few last lines though, struggles through it. But yeah, he basically at this point thinks that the only way to stop the ship is to just explode it and hope that, because everyone's a zombie on the ship.
Yeah.
Except for Irina.
Boat full of zombies.
And he hopes that if she can get out, but he decapitates Wang Chen and makes his body with Hamon like grab onto
the ship propeller or something like that to stop it.
And steam's building up. The whole thing's gonna blow. And in these final moments, JoJo does a bunch of stuff. Basically,
is this before or after Dio screams, "Zombies hither"? Like he calls the zombies to him, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. But yeah, there's zombies everywhere descending, and we get there's this random woman with a child wandering through the ship.
That's right.
And she gets hit or killed or something, and she kind of falls down the stairs into this little like storage area that they're all in. And the last thing that JoJo needs to worry about is just random.
Another baby.
It's just random people, but he sees this baby, and in the last words that he wants to choke out, he tells Irina to take that baby and to leave. Because at this point, we should say Irina is like, I'm ready to die with you. Like,
she's a real one.
There's nothing left, and he's like, no, you have to keep living
and take that baby.
And you need to save that child because my mom died for me.
Yeah. Oh god damn it.
So Irina grabs the kid.
Hops in the coffin.
Jonathan, one of his last lines that I love. He says that he was proud to save a world with her living in it. And I don't know if it was said in the anime, but in the manga, I think his last line to her is "Be happy."
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, he says, "Be happy, Erina."
Wow.
As she's like standing in the distance with the child. But yeah, Dio makes one final leap to him, and he stabs the head, and he cradles it.
Yeah.
And says, what does he say? Something like,
I didn't get the line.
Yeah, it was like, Dio, I feel a strange warmth towards you.
Yeah, he calls him his brother too, right? At the end.
Yeah, it said I feel a strange warmth to you. Like, we really, even though we had a complicated upbringing, like, I still see you as my brother in fate.
Yeah.
And if our fates are the same, then we're gonna leave the world together, basically.
And I will say, as much as I love you and think of you as a brother, I never want your decapitated head resting on my chest on a burning ship. I don't want us going out like that.
No,
we're going.
But for these guys,
for it's fine.
The Joestar and Brando bloodlines, they are truly intertwined.
But here's what I want to know. So you keep saying the Joestar and the Brando bloodlines, but didn't the Joestar bloodline end with JoJo? Or
well, I mean, the final scene is, JoJo dies, Jonathan dies with Dio on the ship. The ship explodes. But Erina and the little baby she saved, we see her bust out of one of the coffins on the ship. And so she survives with this kid, but she also says that there's life in her. Right. So she is pregnant.
Woo-wee!
And she's got a little random baby.
Oh man.
So there might be something with the kid, but
Mamma mia.
But yeah, they consummated that marriage before this all went down. Thankfully.
When?
We didn't see it.
When, Nathaniel?
We didn't see it.
When did he clap them cheeks? I want answers.
I don't know. We didn't see it.
He fucking kills Dio and then they get on a ship.
I think there was probably a little bit of time.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
There. But thank God, or else JoJo would be really boring. There'd be nothing going on if they didn't have this kid. But yeah, so they have a kid and she awaits whatever future comes up. And so what'd you think of that final? It was the final of Phantom Blood with all the faces in the sky.
Oh, I love that. I wanted that shit airbrushed in a white tee.
Yeah, did you see Danny was in the background?
I did.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
But yeah, and then basically the narrator says, what the little line I said at the beginning, that history will not know of Jonathan's sacrifice, but his descendants will. I forget where I was going with that, but yeah, I mean, these were just the brief events of the past. No one will know what Jonathan did.
It's lost in the annals of history.
Yeah, but his descendants might know.
And you listeners out there, you now know too, because we're bringing it here to you.
Yeah.
God, what an episode.
Right. But I guess the last thing, a pretty important thing, right after that happens, we get a little end tease.
Yeah.
Of what's to come. Deep in the jungles of somewhere. Deep in a cave that looks like a throat or something. Encased in stone is a muscular, godlike figure.
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know.
Huh.
But it might
tie into the next part, huh?
Be a tease for the next part, which is called Battle Tendency.
Battle Tendency.
Who will be the characters? When will it take place? Where will it take place? That's up to us to figure out in the next episode.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. But yeah, when I first watched JoJo, I was still trying to wrap my head around, because JoJo can be it's not that complicated, but I wanted to make sure I was doing everything right, and I just didn't really know. And I knew there was parts, but I also, on Crunchyroll, there's it's all put into seasons. So I had no idea that season 1 was part 1 and part 2 together. And I didn't really know how it was going to work. I wasn't really thinking about it. So yeah, when episode 9 came, I was as shocked as you were.
I bet. Unbelievable.
But
Didn't
yeah,
see it coming.
I mean, Phantom Blood is like one of those parts that, in terms of like all the parts, it's definitely not controversial at all. It's just like generally, I think the consensus is people enjoy it, but it's kind of like it was the first thing Araki didn't really know. Like he was just kind of getting his footing. So it's just kind of this like people enjoy it, but it's usually on the low end of everyone's kind of rankings.
I thought first 9 episodes, how do you pronounce his name? Araki had some balls on him for doing what he did.
Yeah.
I didn't see it coming, and I respect the shit out of him for killing JoJo so quickly. You know, he could have. You say that there's not much you can do with a character that's so black and white and so altruistic and everything, but like I've watched a few shonen shows where that's exactly what that character is, and they fucking stretch that out.
Yeah, I mean,
forever. So I respect it. I
don't know that there's nothing you can do. I think it's just, at least from the quote that I heard, it could be totally wrong, but I think it was more that he felt restricted.
Oh yeah. No, like, and I appreciate him like throwing away all his old toys and starting fresh with something different.
Yeah, he just wanted to experiment with different things. But yeah, I mean, from here on out, because Battle Tendency is the second shortest part. It's a lot longer than Battle Tendency. But like, for example...
Wait. Battle Tendency is also short?
In terms of the parts. In terms of all the parts. I'm saying it's the second shortest.
And Phantom Blood is the first shortest.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, for example, in terms of the anime length, part 3 is 2 seasons.
Okay.
So
cool.
They get a lot long. It's all the there's nothing to worry about in terms of length for all the other parts. But Phantom Blood is just a little bite-sized kind of introduction.
I'm in, baby. And I hope you guys are too. These first 9 episodes, they came at me fast. They came at me hard. I wasn't expecting to care as much as I did. I'll tell you that right now. I thought like JoJo early on. I was like, okay, he's cool and all, but he's a little bit too simplistic and too like good-hearted. And sure as shit, like 4 episodes in, I was on board for JoJo 100%. He felt very pure to me, and he felt like a real hero, and it was easy to root for him, and it was easy to root against Dio because Araki made Dio such a piece of shit, by killing Danny early on, cemented him in my eyes as just a true villain. So I appreciated Phantom Blood.
Yeah.
I look forward to see what they have in store next.
I'm glad you liked Jonathan, because Jonathan gets a lot of flack for being that sort of good, like, sort of too pure black and white kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of, it's not so much that he's like controversial. I would almost say that the part 2's main character he's so beloved that it's almost a little like there's a lot of like debate as to where he ranks.
So a lot of people are saying he's the best, but
he has a devoted following. But whatever. I don't want to get into it too much beforehand, but okay. I'm very interested to see what your thoughts are.
You mind like not even telling me what my thoughts will be, but like predicting, not verbally or anything, but like you can write it out in your notes just before our next episode.
Okay. I mean, I have a pretty solid prediction of what you'll think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so I guess that's the first kind of milestone. Yeah, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. But there's a lot more to come. We still got a ways to go before JoJo becomes what it is today. Next time on Wasteland.
I do appreciate you not saying when I asked, hey, is there any Joe Bro similar to me? You didn't pick the black one and just say, oh yeah, that one.